Happy New Year, everybody! It's your girl Kibapsi on another episode of Minutes with Kibapsi. And how are you guys doing? This is my first video in 2021, and I am so happy to come to you guys today with a story time. Yeah! So, disclaimer first of all, there is a lot of noise going on right here, right now, because I am in the boutique and there is a lot of there are a lot of machines going on in and out and here and there. So yeah, pardon me if you get a lot of noise. Right down into this video, I'm going to try to be very quick because it's actually juicy. All right, so from the title, this is what happened when I met my best friend's boyfriend, my best friend at that time, her boyfriend at that time. This is what happened. So mind you, I was like really young. I was a teenager. I was about 16, 15, 16, something like that. And Bestie has been telling me a lot about this new guy that she met, and they started dating for a while. She told me the guy was cute, the guy is this, the guy is that. You know how it is now, all of them, you don't get boyfriend, you understand? So she was making you feel like, damn. So she was always giving me all those juicy vibes. He did this today, he got me this, he got me that, he's wealthy, and he was a commander in the army. You know what that means? It means there's a lot of rash going on. And there was something about this guy. He had anger issues. He was everything and more, but then he had anger issues, like real anger issues. So she used to tell me about it, and I was like, how does somebody get angry at you and breaks your SIM card or breaks your phone and then buys another one? Like, who does that? So she always tells me, I'm like, I beg, post kid, because I don't understand. Until one fateful Saturday when I was home alone and bored, and then Bestie came in with another girl who was also our friend. Mind you, Bestie and I were, a lot of meat going on our bodies. Meanwhile, the other girl that she came with was a mannequin special. Can you hear the noise I've been telling you about? Oh my god, my poor life. Alright, so look at what happened. She told me, since you're home alone and we are all bored, why don't you just stroll down to my boyfriend's house? He lives just around the neighborhood. I'm like, what? This guy we're talking about, he lives around me, and I don't know. She said, yeah. So we went there. Entering there, it happens that I was sitting like next to this commander, and then the other mannequin girl was sitting next to me. And then Bestie was like, in and around the house, like, feeding the house, not my boyfriend's house. Alright. Then I realized that, like, I kind of felt somehow because I realized that the guy didn't like me. Because no matter what I said, he doesn't respond. No matter what I say or do, he doesn't care. He doesn't look at me. He doesn't respond. And I'm like, He will skip over me and talk to the other girl near me, and he would say like mannequin special, this and that, vibing and all that stuff. And then he would talk to his girlfriend or group, but no matter what I say, he will not respond. So I started feeling like sad, started feeling like uncomfortable. I was freaking out, like what is going on? Then at some point, so I just like kept quiet finally. So they were just talking, and I was just like browsing on my phone and stuff, until a certain point where Bestie said she was going to ease herself. Now it shows that the washroom was kind of separated from the building somehow, I guess so. So she stepped out to ease herself, and the other girl said she also wants to ease herself. So they both went together. And give me a moment, I would have to pause this video. Okay, we're back. I told you, lots of distractions because I'm in the shop and customers and stuff. Alright. They both stepped out, and I was left alone with my best friend's boyfriend, who doesn't talk to me. All of a sudden he turned and looked at me, and he was like, hi. And I'm like, oh, you talk? You could actually talk to me? Like, what happened before? And he was like, the moment you stepped in, I got arrested in love. Like, he said the moment you walked in, I don't know what happened to me, but my body got frozen. I'm like, hey, yeah, really? I'm in love with you, Eugenia. that's your name, right? I'm like, yeah. You know my name? He said, yeah, I heard them call you. I'm in love with you. At this moment, I am confused in love with you. Love at first sight? That exists? Ah, okay, yeah. At that same time, his dad started calling. His dad called. He answered the call, and he told the dad that you called at the right time, because as it is right now, I am so confused that, like, they spoke for a while, and he brought in the topic and said, I just saw a girl right now and I don't know what exactly to do. Like, I've never felt like this before. Dad, please help me. The dad was in the US. He was calling from the US. So the dad was like, what, are you crazy or something? Like, what, are you stupid? Like that, please. I've never begged for something like this. Please help me in this case. The girl does not. She seems like she's not going to understand me. Like, I don't know, but help me. And the dad said, give her the phone. And I told him, Oga, I am not talking to your dad. You understand? I am not talking to your dad. Then I don't know, one or two things, and then the call ended. And then he called his mom. Unfortunately, his mom was not feeling too well. She was ill, and so she didn't even have the strength for his bullshit at that time. So he was like, I'm sorry, mom, sorry that you're sick, but please help me. I just met a girl right now, and I don't know what to do. I've never felt this confused in my life, and I don't want her to leave this moment without us coming to a compromise. And the mom said, I cannot talk to a girl for you. He begged the mom, and the mom said, okay, fine, give her the phone. And I was like, I am not talking to your mom either. Okay? He dropped the call, and he was just like, please, going down on his knees and begging and blah blah blah. I'm like, your girlfriend just stepped out like barely 5 minutes ago, and what are you doing? Like, guys, come on. And just at that time, Bestie was coming back in with the other girl. So I had to act like nothing just happened, stay composed and calm and focus on my phone and stuff like that. So they came in, and then life went on. So we were about to leave that house, and he told his girlfriend, my bestie, he told her that I would like to have a moral discussion with this particular girl. And the girlfriend was like, really? Moral discussion? Then I was like, yeah, because she was freaking out, and I was also freaking out. I was like, yeah, because I don't really need any moral discussion. As you see me right now, I'm very morally upright. Like, I don't need a moral discussion. I'm fine, trust me. Then my bestie just looked at me and saw how bad I was freaking out, and she was just like, but it's fine, yeah. Like, it's a moral discussion. Like, there's nothing wrong with a moral discussion. I mean, I'm going to be here anyways, so if you're coming back here, you're definitely going to meet me. So if you're freaking out because you think you're going to be alone with my boyfriend, don't feel bad. He doesn't harm, he doesn't bite. So she just didn't know what was going on. Oh, I wish she knew. All right, so they managed to convince me, and I was like, okay. I was like, bestie, if you are going to be here, if you're promising me that you're going to be here, all right, then I'll come back with a moral discussion. Which I knew it wasn't a moral discussion anyways. But I couldn't, I couldn't just let it out to her that your boyfriend just did something. I couldn't just do that. I couldn't be the one to spoil that relationship, because it's normal that distractions would happen here and there. I wouldn't just come and say, no. So I had to compose myself. Alright, so when we were just about to leave, he now removed some money. The guy, the commander, he removed some money, and he was giving me that you guys can pay, you guys can take a taxi when going. So when he said that, I was like, okay. So I just like dodged, I just dodged. And I was like, okay, girl, you guys take, since I'm not taking a taxi with you guys, I'm just like across the road, you guys take it and go ahead. Oh my god. The guy freaked out. The guy panicked. The guy got furious. He started shouting. He was like, are you serious? I am giving you money for your transport, and you're telling me to give it to, like, you think I wasn't seeing them forgiving you? Started talking. He really got angry until his body was shaking. I'm like, I'm sorry. I am sorry. And I took the money. Then my bestie just winked me like, it's okay, calm down. He's like that, that kind of thing. Like, he's like that, it's okay. I was like, I'm not used to people like that. So I took the money, and I said thank you, and I gave it to I gave it to my bestie so they can go ahead because I didn't have to take a taxi. All right, then we had exchanged numbers, like me and her boyfriend exchanged numbers, like in front of her though. We exchanged numbers because of the moral discussion. Oh boy. Before I could even, like, after crossing the road, before I could even start climbing to where I am, he started calling me like continuously. I answered the call and he said, come back, let's talk. I'm like, no, I am not coming back now because my friend has not gone up and come back down yet, so I cannot come now. I know she's not there. I'm coming when she's coming, so give me a break. I dropped the call. He started calling continuously, so I actually just muted my phone for about an hour, and I had a peaceful rest. When I got home, I slept a little. Then when I got up, I saw like 20 something missed calls. At this point, I knew that he's definitely going to just kill me because he has anger issues. I wish you understand what I mean by he has anger issues. So I took that call. He was calling at the time when I was looking at my phone, and then I took that call and he started shouting, blah, 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 like, can you come here? Nah, 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 nah. And you know, at that time I was young and fragile. I wasn't as tough as I am right now. At that time I was like, I panicked at any unusual situation. I just panicked, and I was, you know, just too, I don't know the word for it, but naive. You know, I was naive. All right, to some point, not like really really naive, but to some point I was. It's normal. So I went down to that house. At this point I was fully convinced that my friend must have come back. So I went down to that house. On reaching there, Commandant Zabra Commander was sitting there, very furious, on the same chair where I left him. He was sitting there, really shaking like this, shaking in anger like that. And since he was a really really fair, light-skinned guy, his face was all red, and I was like, oh, poor red-faced guy. All right, I got in there and I said good evening, and he was like, sit down. I'm like, okay. I sat down. I was about to sit down close to him. He said, no, don't sit close to me. Sit the other side. Don't sit close to me. I'm like, all right. I went to the other side of the table and I sat there, dining table. And then I was like looking around like, where's my friend? Then I asked like, where is my friend? He just looked at me and said, she's not here yet. No. And I'm like, what did I just do? How did I get here? Then when he said she's not here yet, he locked the door. He keyed the door and removed the key. That's when I knew that khaki and leather are not the same. You understand? So when he keyed the door, I started panicking already. I just started begging, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I was crying already. He was like, what? I just keyed the door. Why are you crying? I'm like, you keyed the door and you removed the key. I'm like, please. He started talking and shouting. And it called for attention. Like neighbors came in and they were knocking like the window and asking like what's going on. And one of his friends even came. He had a really close friend in that same building. So his friend came and asked like, what's going on? Are you okay? Is everything okay in here? He just told the friend that it's fine. It's none of your business. Go back. And I started begging. I'm like, please don't hurt me. I've not done anything wrong to you. Please don't hurt me. And lo and behold, well, he started crying. Like he started not really like crying from the beginning. He was like talking and saying lots of things like, please, I'm begging you. If you're turning me down like this because of your friend, I'm ready to call her and call her mom and tell them that I am not interested anymore. Then I was like, no, you cannot do that. And he said, yes, I can do that. And he picked up his phone. He dialed the number of my friend's mom and told her that I do not love your, like he started saying, I do not love your daughter. She has been forcing herself on me and I don't like to continue with this. Before he could finish that statement, I pulled the phone away from his ears and I cut the call. I'm like, that is so disrespectful. Now, even if you had to do that, you call your girlfriend and tell her that. Don't call her mom. That's disrespectful. He told me it's because of you. Because I'm confused. Because I'm this and that. I'm like, no confusion help. Alright. Then I started asking people, why are you turning me down? What is it that you want? He took his phone and started showing me numbers of girls. This girl is dying for me. She's in the university of blah blah blah. This one is in the university of blah blah blah. This one is so cute. This one is, they're all them. I don't want them. All I want is you. I was in a secondary school. I was barely 16. Why does he want me? Alright. Then he went into his closet. He removed a big paper. He removed a big paper of amazing stuff like pullovers, brand new, all tacked. Pullovers, joggings, tennis shoes, all kinds of good stuff were inside that paper. He brought it and told me, this is a bag that his dad just sent to him, like right now. He just received it. Oh, I'm having a little distraction. But he just received this paper right now. He has not even opened to check what is inside. But if this is what I want, most of the things are unisex. Take it. He gave me the whole paper. He's like, take it. I'm like, no, that's not what I want. Then he said, okay, what do you want? You want phones? What do you want? He had like maybe 3 or 4 phones that he's using, all good phones. The phones were really amazing. He said, what do you want? Do you want these phones? He took it. Before I said no, I don't want the phones. He didn't even listen to me. He just removed his SIM card from, I think 2 of the phones. He removed his SIM card from there. They were all brand new phones, and he gave it to me. He's like, take it, take it. If this is what you want, you take it. I'm like, I don't want the phone. I mean, my phone is really terrible, but I don't want the phone. I said, okay. Then there was a brand new Bluetooth that he got. The Bluetooth set looked really original. It was really cool and really tempting. And then he removed it. I think it was on his ears. He just removed it and he gave it to me. Do you want something like this? You probably would like something like this. Take it. I'm like, I don't want the Bluetooth. I don't. He said, then what do you want? I said, I don't want anything. I want to go home. That's what I want. I just want to go home. I don't feel comfortable. I'm scared of you right now. I don't want to go home. He pulled me up. He pulled me, like, trust me, I am plus size. I've never been a size 5. I can't remember, well, when I was much younger, yeah, but then growing up, I've never really been a size 5. He buttoned me on the wall. His hands were shaking and my legs were doing like this in the air. He buttoned me on the wall and told me, I am in love with you, and this is love at first sight, and I am as confused as you can ever imagine. And I'm like, oh my humble Lord. Then he knelt down in front of me and said, I am the commander of 6,500 and blah 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 people in the army. When I say yes, it's yes. When I say no, it's no. When I say go, they go. When I say move, they move. And here I am begging a secondary school girl.